so we're back here again. Uh, yeah, let's try and squeeze another one of these in before the movie starts. In a couple of weeks. Whew, delicious cherry cola or Pepsi. I don't know. It was one of them. Anyway, I already know how long these things go on for. Let's not waste time talking about fizzy pop.
General Organa. There is unconscious but recovering.
Okay, that's fine. She's unconscious and recovering because she overdid her force exertion, and it took a lot of energy out of her because she saved everybody else, and that so now she has to lie down for a bit. Fair enough. Obviously, that's not what happened in the movie. She almost got frozen to death in space, which also fair enough.
That's the only good news I have. Admiral Akbar, all our leadership, they're gone.
You're gonna kill off a meme legend off screen. You're gonna do that. You're gonna do that. You're gonna kill off fan favorite off screen like that. Now this is for me. Again, I haven't looked up the guy's name. The guy who did the edit for the making the movie good. I can't remember. I can't remember the name of the YouTube channel. Movie Fix or something. He's a cool, funny guy. But anyway, what he did here was could you have the new woman turns up? Oh, there she is. Holdo, purple hair. She turns up to be the new commander. But what he did was re-edited it so that Admiral Akbar doesn't die. He got rescued as well, and he's okay. Or he wasn't even on the bridge when it exploded or something. He was fine. He's fine, and he's the Admiral. He's the top in command. And he says, okay, we think there's a spy on board, and so we're going to keep our plans just to the highest levels. And then it just fixes so many plot holes, and no one's annoyed because Akbar's alive and he's in charge. Just like, the fans would like to see, because we like him, and that's it. The movie is a whole lot better for that simple change. And then everything else kind of happens as, Holdo getting annoyed, like saying, Poe, no, you're not allowed to know things, you don't rank high enough, rather than it just being me woman, you man, me smart, you dumb cockpit guy. It's nothing like that. It's like, I outrank you, and you don't have clearance to know this, and also we are kind of annoyed at you for not following orders. And then he goes on a mutiny, and then he is the bugger for doing that. Whereas the way this movie, it's like you root for him because, like, yeah, what's the point of keeping the secret? Why is she being all like, hey, no, I'm in charge. You just do what I say and you don't question it. That sounds a bit like the way the Imperials do things. Here's an order. You do it, or I will strangle you to death. I'm not sure it's a good idea. Why did we send out 4 TIE fighters? We could have sent out like 50. No, you do it. You do what I say, or I'm going to throw you out of the airlock. But I was just saying, like, look, they've got away now. Now they're too fast and light for us, and we can't shoot them. If we'd sent out, I mean, to be fair, we could actually still. I mean, we did it your way with the 4. We still do have the many TIE fighters and bombers and interceptors ready to go at any given moment. We could still do it now. Prepare the airlock. That's it. That's the Empire's way, and that's kind of the way she's doing things here. With the whole, you just listen to me, and I'm in charge. It's just annoying. Yeah, just give us a reason for letting her be that way, rather than being I've got a secret plan, I'm not going to tell anyone until the last minute when it's kind of a bit too late to act it out. Oh, we're all going to go to that planet over there. Just tell us that's what we're doing. We're all here thinking, oh, we're getting barraged to death, and no one knows what we're going to do. No one knows what the plan is. We all think we're doomed, and you're saying, "Oh, I'm going to have a lovely surprise when I tell them about the little planet over there." Just tell us now. This is not the time for lovely surprises.
Leia was the sole survivor on the bridge. Vice Admiral Holder of the cruiser Ninka. Thank you, Commander. 400 of us on 3 ships. For the very last of the resistance.
400 people on 3 ships are the only ones who aren't happy with the Empire Mark II strolling in and taking over somehow, even though, well, I don't. It doesn't make sense. No one wanted the First Order, and it's the Republic who are in charge, and they're like, yeah, they blew up a couple of planets. Okay, but I mean that doesn't make them in charge, does it? That just makes them like really good terrorists. Good, and not in, good as in skilled, not as in like, oh, very well done. But so how is it the whole galaxy of Republic, like, well, yes, Republic, nice, Republic we like, a few planets get blown up, terrible disaster, but now there's only 400 of us who are going to stand up to them. Like, you're clearly the majority. Surely I don't understand how this situation has come about. I mean, for all the flack the prequels get, they had the whole political thing of, the planetal, is that a word? Planet, the leaders of planets being kind of pulled in by politics, and like, yes, we'll give you what you want if you join us. We're going to we're the separatists because we don't think the Republic's working anymore. We don't like the corruption, blah blah blah. Yes, we're going to do things the way we think we should do things, and it made sense politically. This is like the explode, planet explode. Oh, baddie's king now. It's not how it works. It's not how any of this works. And we don't know how it works because they never told us what is going on. Like who is Snoke? Who is? And again, this is the thing. Like we say, yeah, who is Snoke? Where did he come from? How has he got into power? Like, oh, no one complained when he was watching the original 3, and like, where did the Emperor come from? Like, oh, you just accepted it that it was an empire. Oh, yeah, because that was just that was a standalone 3 movies, and it was like, yeah, the setup at the beginning was, okay, here's the good guys, here's the bad guys, fight, and yeah, they got called the Empire, so they will have an emperor, and that's how that was. And then later the prequels filled in the gaps of how did Palpatine come, but it's like not really necessary for the original trilogy story. But it's like, oh yeah, that's nice. We've got the details now, as well as the details there are a bonus, as well as the story we had. But this is like an addendum to that story. This is an extra, and we've got a 30-year gap missing information. Yeah, we've got episode 1, episode 2, episode 3, 4, 5, 6, scene missing, episode 7, and for some reason the status quo is back to episode 4, basically. And wait, what happened? What happened to the whole every story arc that we just saw in the original? Why the OT had all this stuff happened, and now like all that stuff looks like it never happened because this is the same situation as episode 4 was. And wait, it's like, slow down. We saw. I'm sure I watched the Empire fall and be destroyed, and the Return of the Jedi, and lovely happy marriage thing going on. Why is none of that here? Where did it all go? Who is Snoke? Why is he in charge now? Why is he a Force user? What relationship has he got? How did he get in and infiltrate the Jedi Academy and be able to seduce someone to the dark side when he's clearly a bad guy? What did Luke? Was he nice at one point? And Luke's like, oh yeah, you can help me teach, or was he one of the other students? Or like, who? How is he? How is he so rich? Where's he getting all this money from? And he can buy the super de duper Star Destroyer, and is, in the original, you don't question it because it's like you set up empire, endless resources, emperor at top to be leader, bad guys versus good guys. Good guys are rebelling against the evil corporation, military, government. That's all you needed. That's all you need to know. Now it's. I mean, if episode 7 was the first one, then yeah, that would be doing the same thing as episode 4. But it's not the first one. It's continuing a story that's already had a whole arc of them being defeated and like in our minds the galaxy looks like this now. We come into episode 7, the galaxy doesn't look like the way we've been told it looks like. What's happening? Where? And it's just the way J.J. Abrams writes movies is okay. I am going to remake a classic and throw in a lot of mystery stuff that I don't know the answer to any of these questions, and I'm not entirely sure I'm going to answer them all at any point. But that I'm handing this movie on to the next person, so it's not my problem. It's look at me getting so annoyed. Look at me getting so annoyed, and yeah. How did I get onto this? It's just yeah. I've been watching for 20 seconds or something, and the video's over 10 minutes long. this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. All right, let's see if we can get somewhere. We won't.
But we're not alone. In every corner of the galaxy, the downtrodden and oppressed know our symbol, and they put their hope in it.
Oh, okay. So, was that answering the question I had about why these were the only 400 people? Oh, yes. Yeah, there are people on other planets who want to help us, but they're just not in our army. I'm sure some of them are in local armies. The Naboo Security Force, the Gungan Grand Army, the Wookiees, the Ewoks. I mean, they were pretty good against the Empire last time. I wonder if they're going to turn up in the next one and defeat the First Order. Except it will be like a subspecies of Ewok that are even shorter, or something.
We are the spark that will light the fire that will restore the Republic.
You're not supposed to be the spark. You're supposed to be like the dying embers of something that's all still actually the majority in the galaxy. Someone see the thing. I want explanations, and I imagine a lot of the explanations are in like the novels and the comics they brought out. But that's another problem with this trilogy is that I shouldn't have to do homework to watch a movie. The movie should be self-contained, or when it's a trilogy, you can have the information in the first movie that affects stuff in the second and third. That's fine, but I shouldn't have to be going to alternate media, the books, the comics, maybe the games. I mean, some people don't game, so why would you expect them to? So yeah, I think Battlefront 2, bad Battlefront 2, not good. 10-year-old Battlefront 2. The new one had some sort of thing about connecting, whatever. But yeah, you shouldn't have to be reading, watching, playing, doing all these other things to understand what's going on in this one. So that's like the massive difference again between this trilogy and the original trilogy is that the original trilogy worked as it was, and all the expanded stuff, it would take something from the movie and expand it rather than explain it like, oh, what's this thing doing here? Well, you have to read the book to find out why that's there, conveniently. No, they didn't do that. They're like, oh, here's an interesting background character who has, I can do anything I want with this because there's no effect on the story whatsoever. And that was how that's how the galaxy, the expanded universe grew. Is that people were building it based on what you could see and making it bigger instead of having a half-finished thing that you had to plug the gaps into.
That spark, this resistance must survive.
She's saying this right while the barrage is happening. They're actually under fire. We must survive. We must. Can instead of sitting around and having this like quiet meeting, we are aware that we're currently in the middle of a battle, right? Could we? Anyone want to do a thing about it.
Is our mission.
Yay, him. I don't know, stupid fan service, I guess, but makes me happy to see him. Well, he doesn't look quite right. I guess he's 30 years older, so you can forgive that. I always thought he was like a short guy, and he seems really big in this, and I think his face is bigger as well. I wish he would have more like it was great. He's like weird. His actual like African language that they pretend. Oh, this is an alien language. Like African people in the audience who, oh, he's speaking what we. Why did he? And he says something about, oh, well, the elephants are trampling the mice. What is he saying that for? So he says something like that. And he needs to be talking more. He needs to be brought to the forefront.
Your stations. And may the force be with us.
That's Admiral Holden? Battle of Chiron Belt, Admiral Holden?
Long time.
Not what I expected.
Vice Admiral, Commander Damon, with our current fuel consumption, there's a very limited amount of time that we can stay out of range of those Star Destroyers.
Very kind of you to make me aware.
And we need to shake them before we can find a new base, so what's our plan?
Our plan, Captain? Not Commander, right? Wasn't it Leia's last official act to demote you for your dreadnought plan?
That's professional speaking. Like, oh, wasn't it? Oh, I seem to remember. Bitch. Like, is that how you speak to anyone? You like a subordinate word? Like, oh, I'm Admiral Holder. I'm the hero of the battle of something or other, and I can trust you everywhere I want, bitch. Like, if they're going out to Admiral, like, what, Admiral? I mean, we've got a situation here. Can we? I want to. What's the plan? What are we doing?
I'm a stupid human. I'm a fish, and a fish clearly outrank people, and you'll shut your flappy face.
Wow. Hey, screw you. It's just, is that how you talk to? Are we supposed to respect her for talking like? Is she supposed to be this hero or something? And we're supposed to have respect for her, and like, she's not warm to her at all, really. I know he was in the wrong for what he did, but I mean, being all snappy, sarky like that, is it necessary? I mean, I think it's the rank thing that's bothered. Like, she's if they were on the same level, then being snappy and sarky or whatever, that's like banter. I hate that word banter, but you know, that's fine. But like with the relationship they're supposed to have, it should be a bit more professional, maybe.
Where we lost our entire bombing fleet.
Captain, Commander, you can call me whatever you like. I just want to know what's going on.
Of course you do. I understand. I've dealt with plenty of trigger-happy flag boys like you. You're impulsive, dangerous.
Why'd you say that like she was flirting?
I'm the last thing you need right now. So stick to your post and follow my orders.
Yeah, it's just that was what I was complaining about earlier. It's just like, I'm in charge. I know what I'm doing. You shut up. Do what I tell you. Shut up. Shut up. I don't care who you are. You shut up. And again, yeah, I will, with the addendum that he kind of, to some extent, deserved it. Okay, but that's just not the right kind of behaviour, is it? Really. I mean, the rebellion's built on Mavericks, and it's called the Rebels. They're called the Rebels. You know, yeah. Han Solo was like, I don't even want to be here. I'm going to take my money and go. And then they're like, next movie, beginning of the movie, is like, he's a general or something. we need you. Don't go. I don't want to be here. I gotta go and pay my debt to Jabba because he's gonna kill me. And I'm like, no, please just stay, because we need crazy people like you. Okay, so here's the introduction to Rose. Girl in the corner crying because her sister's died. Completely reasonable. Completely reasonable. I mean, I don't know why no one else is particularly upset. This makes perfect sense. I mean, that she only died like 10 minutes ago or something, so it's going to still be pretty fresh, and it's perfectly entitled to be upset. And it's, yeah, why isn't anyone else upset about anything? So yeah, good on her. Yeah, fine. It's a very difficult situation they're in, and it's totally reasonable for her to be in this state right now. It doesn't really inspire you as like, oh, this is a strong woman or like a hero, I think. But you know, as I say, it's fine, and she can. She's started off in a bad place, and she can build herself up and become something great. So, yeah, fine.
Ethan!
The Fed?
Sorry. I work behind pipes all day. Doing talking with resistance heroes is not my forte. Doing talking. I'm Rose.
Great. Yeah, like I'm not a resistance hero, but it was nice talking to you, Rose.
Resistance hero. Yeah, I don't know. Is he? Did he? What did he do in the last film to make him a hero? They didn't have. I suppose. Yeah, I guess he helps with destroying the double Death Star. So I guess. I mean, do they give him the credit for that, or would they give the credit to like everyone else? Did he do much in that really? Is it just because he's like, oh, he's one of the main characters in the last movie, I guess. He must have done something useful. He was there. I mean, I can't really put a pin in something he specifically did. Like, he wasn't the one who shot the main reactor. Did he take down the shields, or was that like more of a team effort? This is partly I can't remember, so maybe he does deserve being called a hero. All I can really remember is him being stabbed in the back by, doing the heroic thing of standing up to Kylo when he was just a janitor. So, okay. Yeah, I suppose you could give it to him, loosely.
May the force be with you.
You too. But you are a hero. You left the First Order when you did on the Starkiller base.
Oh yeah, and the thing of rescuing Poe as well. Yeah, reasonable.
When we heard about it, my sister Paige said, Rose, it's a real hero. Know right from wrong and don't run away when it gets hard, she said. You know, just this morning, I've had to stun 3 people trying to jump ship in this escape pod.
What?
They were running away.
That's disgraceful. Listen.
Running away.
Sorry. But this fleet is doomed, and if my friend comes back to it, she's doomed too. I've got to get this. Gotta get this beacon far away from here. Then she'll find me and be safe.
You're a selfish traitor.
We can't outrun the First Order fleet.
We can jump to light speed.
Well, they can track us through light speed.
You track us to light speed.
Yes, and they can. I can't feel my teeth. What did you shoot me with?
Active tracking.
What now?
Hyperspace tracking is new tech, but the principle must be the same as any active tracker. So they're only
Only
tracking us from the lead ship. But we can't get to the tracker. It's an A-class process. They'll control it from the main bridge.
Oh, I mean, yes, but every A-class process
Has a dedicated crew.
Like her.
The main. Why would they be just the main ship? I mean, I sort of thought about this earlier. I'm sure Obi-Wan tracked Django through hyperspace, and like there was just a little one-man fighter. He didn't need a mothership to do that. Just needed a little thing like that big, like in his pocket, just in case he needed to track ship. Yes, I'm gonna see where you're going, and I'll catch up with you at some point. So whatever. I don't know what this train of logic was that's got them to the like, oh, it must be on the main ship, blah. And there's literally no possible reason why any of the other ships might have a backup or another one or anything.
Just give it to me one more time, simply.
So the first order is only tracking us from one destroyer, the lead one.
So we blow that one up.
I like where your head's at, but no, they'd only start tracking us from another destroyer.
Didn't I thought it must be the. You said it must be the main, and now they can do it from other. I don't. I'm lost.
But if we sneak on board the lead destroyer and disable the tracker without them realizing,
They
then
won't
we can
realize it's off for one system cycle. About 6 minutes.
sneak on board, disable the tracker. Our fleet escapes before they realize.
No, I'm lost. So what was the problem with blowing it up? Because if they turn it off, it's only on that ship. It's only on that. They've only got that one on that one. So if they turn it off, they've got 6 minutes to get away without getting tracked. Because they're not doing it the way everyone did it with an actual little device. They're doing it actual by scanning from the ship. So okay, this is new slightly. So they turn it off. They got 6 minutes to get out, and then 6 minutes later it's back on, and we can't find him. But if they blow up the tracking machine, that's off for good. Oh no, another destroyer can. So what? How is it that this one can turn on? What's the difference between turning it off for 6 minutes and blowing it up forever that another one can't? So have they all got one, but they're only using one at a time? And like, oh, it's off. It's going to take us 6 minutes to turn any of them back on. Why aren't they just doing two? Like, have a backup plan, just in case of a power outage or something. Some plan like this come. What? What's going on? 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 What's going on?
How'd you two meet?
Just luck?
Yeah?
In my experience, there's no such thing as luck.
Good luck?
I'm sorry,
But we gotta do this. It'll save the fleet and it'll save Ray.
That was a terrible impression, so I normally do it better than that.
would never agree to this plan.
Yeah. You're right, 3PO. It's a need-to-know plan, and she doesn't.
That wasn't exactly.
All right, you guys shut down that...
Perfectly reasonable response to her saying to him he doesn't need to know about her plan. I'll go make my own plan with blackjack and hookers. Literally, they're going to some casino planet.
I'll be here to jump us to Lightspeed. The question is, how do we sneak the two of you onto Snoke's
we
destroyer?
still clearance codes.
No, they're biohexencrypted and re-scrambled every hour. We can't get through their security shields.
They change the codes every hour. Then like what? How does anyone know what they are? If you got to be back within the hour. If you're leaving now, you've got less than an hour. You got to get back within the hour. Well, actually, yeah, it's 45 minutes till our next. You might be better off waiting 45 minutes before you leave, because at least that gives you the extra few minutes to do what you need to do. But you got 1 hour to get back. Otherwise, I'm going to change the codes. We can't really email them to you because that might get the transmission might get intercepted, and then the rebels will be able to get on our ship for 1 hour until we then change the codes again. But then we don't really want to have that hour window where we might get boarded. So
Protected. Nobody can.
Could I do it? Of course I could do it, but I can't do it. I'm a little tied down right now.
what's going on here with her? What's going on with my? I don't. This character as well, Maz Kanata. What, like in the first one, she was like a Yoda light, but also she was sort of a Dexter Jetser light, and just the cantina thing, and sort of like a Jabba light as well, but not a bad gangster, like a nice gangster, and. She's kind of surrounded by mystery, and she seems to have some sort of connection to the Force and all of this. It's just like something really special, but we just don't know anything about her. Why, who, what, why should we care? And why do you have Luke's lightsaber? Where did you get that? Shouldn't that be at the bottom of a mine somewhere? What's going on? Why are you Who are you fighting? Are you one of the rebels, or is this like some in-house criminal smuggler dispute thing? What is going on? Why are you taking a phone call in the middle of this? I mean, this is a reasonable time for you to say like, hey, leave a message. I'm a bit busy.
Union dispute. You do not want to hear about it.
Union dispute. Okay, so it's probably something smugly.
But, lucky for you, there's exactly one guy I trust who can crack that kind of security. He's a master codebreaker, an ace pilot, a poet with a blaster.
This money sounds like this codebreaker fellow could do everything.
Oh, yes, he can. You'll find him with a red plum bloom on his lapel, rolling at a high-stakes table. In the casino, on Canada. This is rarefied cracking. You want to get on that destroyer? I only know one option. Find the master codebreaker.
The master codebreaker, who, as I remember, they do see a guy wearing the thing, and he's at a blackjack. He looks like a James Bond villain or something, and they don't go with him. They end up going with the other guy, and it's just a whole mess. I think I should probably wait for that to come around before we say anything about it. But it's just a whole really she's saying like, this is the guy, this is the one guy, and then they find conveniently they just find someone else who can do it also. Like, oh, I thought there was only one guy, but also there's this guy who was so very lucky we found, but then also not lucky because he betrays us. Does a Lando. Wait, why did he give that to... I thought he wanted to get that off the ship so that she wouldn't come back to the ship and be in the same danger as they are. Why is he give it? Why wouldn't he could take it? He could take that with him. So if she wanted to come back, she'd find him wherever they were, in a sort of relatively safer place. Okay, so they had a weird connection thing that was a bit similar to what Kylo and Leia had earlier, where they could feel each other, but for now, somehow they're doing it like across the galaxy. I mean, I don't know what the distance is. She's on a planet, he's in the super destroyer thing, like in the middle. So they've got this long range connection somehow, and again, this is adding to the thing of she's got the strong connection to the Force, and like, oh, who is she really? Is she related somehow? You know, the Force Awakens was saying like, oh, the girl, you found the girl. Who is it? We must, must stop the girl. Like, people know she is something. Whether or not she's actually related to someone, I don't think it matters as long as there's some kind of explanation about why she's some new chosen one or whatever. But yeah, this is it's odd. That's a thing that's come up with a new trailer with Palpatine. I've heard a rumour. I'll leave it as a rumour. So hopefully this isn't a spoiler. Spoiler is a movie that's not out yet, so it can't be a spoiler because I haven't watched it. So you can't take this as a gospel. It's a rumour that Palpatine's going to reveal that Rey is another like virgin birth thing that he's made, like Anakin was. So yeah, he's created her through the Force again to be another chosen one. So he's basically the father or something. So Rey is a Palpatine. Although I don't know how that explains her parents running away when she was a child and leaving her with a junk dealer. Whatever was going on there, who knows. Although I don't know if I'm on board with the. I'm thinking like in this movie when Kylo says to her, "Oh yeah, your parents were nobodies; they were nothing." I think he was lying. Basically, there is a story there. Whether they're a Skywalker or a Solo or a Palpatine or what, that's not really important. But you know, there is some sort of story behind why she was left on the planet. I mean, I think that's the main. Who her parents were is kind of less of an important mystery than why was she dumped there. But, yeah. So whatever if they were nobodies, there's still like there's something going on there, which is the real mystery.
You're bringing Skywalker to me.
Worth a go, wouldn't it? I guess.
You're not doing this. The effort would kill you.
Oh, did that set up the ending? I mean, it's not something. Yeah, well, first, this is the second time I've watched it, so I don't think I'd have picked up on that the first time that he said, "Oh, the effort would have killed you to do that," and then when Luke does his thing and it kills him, I'm still kind of hoping that that's not what I'm kind of rooting for the what they said on Red Letter Media where Luke's doing a Gandalf the Grey conversion to Gandalf the White thing. He did his super force thing, and he's fallen down, but he's going to reform himself, and he's going to be super pure force good Luke or something. No one's ever really gone.
Just you.
No. This is something else.
Okay, so that's interesting. So she's not doing it, he's not doing it, something's doing it. So now we've got another mystery box to try and remember and unravel. So is it Luke doing it? Is Luke doing it? Maybe Luke's doing it, I don't know.
Luke.
What's that about?
It doesn't seem to be doing it. He seems to be completely unaware. So maybe Palpatine's doing it. But Palpatine's supposed to be dead, so that's really annoying.
Master Skywalker, we need you to bring the Jedi back because Kylo Ren is strong with the dark side of the Force. Without the Jedi, we won't stand a chance against him.
What do you...
That was such a... Was that me? That's really terrible delivery. That was like... I'm reading this off the script for the first time. And then like you're supposed to go away and like think, oh, how am I going to deliver this line? And then how am I going to give it a bit of oomph, a bit of emphasis, a bit of character, a bit of life, a bit of like natural way of speaking. Master Skywalker, when did you to come and do a thing and save the world and that stuff? Because like that's what's going on. Why would you deliver it? I thought like at least the performances in this weren't, were passable. But that's just like another thing to complain about is that the performances aren't always there. Ooh, great.
You know about the Force.
It's a power that Jedi have that lets them control people and make things float.
Impressive.
It's like 10% better.
Every word in that sentence was wrong.
Oh, and this thing. Okay. This is so Luke gets a catchphrase in this movie. Oh, every word of what you just said was wrong. I messed that up. Okay, but that he says it like at least three times in this film, I think. So that's his catchphrase now, and like what if trying to force a catchphrase is always painful. I mean, there's loads of catchphrases that have come out of the movies. I've got a bad feeling about this. I mean, I was kind of more natural, I think, and it's been a thing where different characters have said it. That's become a bit of one. It's not my fault has kind of become one. But I think maybe they're a bit more low key. Like so they are the sort of thing a lot of people would say. And I guess this is only Luke saying this, but it's weird for a person to have a catchphrase. He's never had a catchphrase before. Why is he suddenly saying this all the time? It's a thing that's in a lot of modern films where there's, oh, here's a clever line, let's keep reusing. Let's keep calling back to it, because the first time you heard it, oh, you thought that's funny, that's clever, that's great, and then the second time, oh, he said the good line again. Yeah, I remember the line, and that's all it is. And it's just really like, just let it be the one. Let it be the one. And actually, to be fair, what I like less than this is when somebody says a line like this and then later on someone else says it back to them, like maybe ironically or something. That always annoys me. I think they did it a few times in Pirates of the Caribbean. Like Jack Sparrow would say a line and then later on the villain would say it back to him, ironically, or it'd be the other way around. So, just say something different. Like, it's like, oh, I'm being clever, I'm using your own words against you, bah ha ha. Just everybody shut up. Shut up. Everybody shut up. Shut up.
The Force is not a power you have. It's not about lifting rocks. It's the energy between all things, the tension, the balance that binds the universe together.
So actually, I quite like that as an explanation of what the Force is. That's keeping with how Yoda explained it and what it's always been. It's not a thing like, oh, I'm very powerful and I can do this. It's something more to do with the Force has. I don't know if the Force has chosen you, or if you're more reactive to it. You're more connected to it, and so you can do things with it. And, some people are more in tune with it than others, and that's like why some people can be Jedi and some people can't be, because the ones that can't be are the ones that just don't have that natural tuning to it.
Okay. But what is it?
Close your eyes. Breathe. Now, reach out.
Listen.
Feel it.
Yes, I feel that's the Force.
Force.
Really?
Wow, it's really strong with
Oh,
you.
never fun. Ow!
Again, that's another bit that gets so many people annoyed. Like, oh, don't put jokes in my Star Wars movie. Like, I quite like that. That's like, I think the kind of the cheeky chappy Luke's always been. He might take a chance to have a little joke like that, especially because like in this situation, he doesn't really want to be doing the teaching. So, if you've ever done a bit of teaching and you're not in the mood, you just do want to kind of muck about a bit and take every opportunity to do something silly and make it more bearable. So again, that joke, that works for me. That's fine.
You meant reach out, like. I'll try again.
I think maybe it's more the acting style or something. It feels more like the way they act in Marvel, and Star Wars has always been a bit more. We are a bit more dramatic and a bit more theatrical, rather than this kind of style of sounding a bit like the script is. You're allowed to ad lib a bit, rather than. I mean, I generally, when I like scripts that are loose, and I'm maybe that's why I'm kind of fine with it. It's the tone maybe it's slightly different, but it's not something I would personally complain about too much, or at all even.
Breathe. Just breathe. Reach out with your feelings. What do you see?
Like. The feet and warm. Calm. Peace. Silence. That same Force.
And this is the lesson. That Force does not belong to the Jedi. To say that if the Jedi die, the light dies is vanity. Can you feel that?
There's something else.
I don't know if that's ever been the case, that like, oh, the Jedi are the light side. It's like, I don't think. I think it's just always been they try to protect the light. and they try to keep the balance. Yeah, it's always been more about the balance, I suppose. I mean, they're aware of the dark side, but too much dark side is a bad thing. But then some dark side is a part of life, so balance is, you can't be 100% good all the time or something like that, because that's just not the way existence works. So the Jedi have been the guardians of that, rather than being like, yes, we are the Jedi, we are the good, we must be protected. I don't think that's never been their way. So yeah, it doesn't really sound right to me.
Beneath the island. The place.
Ray. Ray.
You went straight to the dark.
That place was trying to show me something.
It offered something you needed. And you didn't even try to stop yourself.
Well, okay, so something happened there. This hole in the ground is kind of reminiscent of the place where Luke had his weird test where he met a ghost version of Vader that had his face under the mask. So it's like, again, just copying Empire. We'll probably get to that at some point. So then there's something about her being drawn to the dark side. So in the trailer for the next one, it looks like she turns to the dark side. Maybe that's some sort of vision or something. It's not actually going to happen. Who knows? So maybe this is foreshadowing of that. It can't be, because they didn't know what's going to happen in the next one. This is all made up as they go along. So anyways, I think I'm gonna stop the video there at the end of lesson 1. Something like that. And where are we? Where are we up to? We are at 49 minutes. So we managed about. So it was on 33. So that we've got about 16 minutes done on this one, in less than an hour. So progress, good. Alright, thanks for watching. See you next time.